Have you ever come close to death and come back changed? Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the veil of life as we know it? Today we dive into real-life stories of people who face the unthinkable and live to tell the tale. These are not just survival stories. These are awakenings, stories of near-death experiences that transformed lives, and might just change yours too. Picture a frozen lake, the air biting with winter's chill. A young boy, barely 7 years old, plays on the ice, his laughter echoing across the frozen expanse. His name is Jamie, and in an instant the ice cracks, plunging him into the frigid depths. For nearly 15 agonizing minutes, Jamie is trapped beneath the ice, his tiny body struggling against the inevitable. His heart stops. He is, for all intents and purposes, gone. But in those moments when the darkness should have consumed him, Jamie experiences something extraordinary. He later describes a tunnel of light, vibrant and warm, beckoning him closer. And then, a voice. A familiar voice filled with love and comfort, his grandmother's voice, a woman he loved dearly, who had passed away years earlier. Miraculously, rescuers arrive, pulling Jamie from the icy grip of death. When they revive him, doctors are astonished to find no brain damage. Jamie's near-death experience, a brush with the infinite, leaves him forever changed. He says, "I came back with peace. I don't fear death anymore." Melissa, a woman of science, lived by logic and reason. Her days were filled with the pursuit of knowledge, a relentless quest to understand the world through the lens of empirical evidence and scientific rigor. Her world was one of equations and data, a realm where every phenomenon had an explanation, every mystery, a solution waiting to be discovered. She found solace in the predictability of numbers and the certainty of scientific laws. In this structured existence, emotions held little sway. They were variables too unpredictable, too chaotic to fit into her neatly ordered universe. Melissa prided herself on her rationality, her ability to remain detached and objective. But fate, it seems, had other plans. One fateful evening, as storm clouds gathered ominously overhead, Melissa's life took an unexpected turn. Driving home, her car skids on the wet asphalt, flipping over and over, metal screaming against the unforgiving road. The world around her became a blur of motion and sound, a cacophony of chaos that shattered her orderly existence. EMTs arrived to find a scene of chaos, and Melissa, lifeless behind the wheel. The once vibrant woman of science now lay motionless, her fate hanging by a thread. For 2 agonizing minutes, her heart remained silent, clinically dead. The paramedics worked frantically, their efforts a desperate dance against time. Yet in that void, Melissa experiences something that defies explanation. In the silence of her stopped heart, she finds herself in a place beyond the physical, a realm where the rules of her scientific world no longer apply. She finds herself floating above the wreckage, watching as strangers work frantically to save her, but fear is absent. Instead, she feels a detachment, a serene acceptance of her situation. Instead, she is enveloped in a profound sense of love, a feeling so pure and overwhelming that it transcends anything she has ever known. It is a love that speaks to her very soul, a connection to something greater than herself. When Melissa miraculously revives, her world is irrevocably altered. The experience leaves an indelible mark on her psyche, challenging everything she once believed to be true. The scientist, once a skeptic, now grapples with the undeniable truth of her experience. She is haunted by the memory of that profound love, a love that defies the boundaries of her scientific understanding. It wasn't a dream, she insists. It was more real than real. Her conviction is unshakable, her passion for understanding this new reality consuming her every thought. Driven by an insatiable thirst for understanding, Melissa dedicates her life to studying consciousness, determined to unravel the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of our perceived reality. She delves into fields she once dismissed, exploring the intersections of science and spirituality. Her journey is one of discovery and transformation, a quest to bridge the gap between the known and the unknown. Melissa's story is a testament to the power of experience to change even the most steadfast of skeptics, opening their minds to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the realm of logic and reason. Chapter 3. The Man Who Met His Higher Self. David, a successful businessman driven by ambition and the relentless pursuit of material success, finds himself lying in bed one night, his heart betraying him in the silence. The weight of his achievements, the stress of his responsibilities, and the constant chase for more have taken a toll on his health. He clutches his chest, feeling a sharp, unbearable pain that radiates through his body. Panic sets in as he realizes that this is not just a momentary discomfort, but something far more serious, a massive heart attack, the culmination of years of neglecting his well-being in favor of his career. His mind races with thoughts of unfinished projects, unfulfilled promises, and the family he might leave behind. The world around him blurs as he struggles to stay conscious. Alone in the darkness, he slips away, his breath leaving his body in ragged gasps. 6 minutes pass, 6 minutes that feel like an eternity. In those moments, David's life flashes before his eyes. Memories of his childhood, his first job, the day he got married, the birth of his children. Each memory is a reminder of the life he has lived and the moments he might never experience again. 6 minutes without oxygen, a lifetime in the realm of cardiac arrest. His body lies still, but his mind is far from quiet. It's as if he's suspended between two worlds, the physical and the spiritual, teetering on the edge of existence. Just when hope begins to dwindle, paramedics manage to restart his heart, pulling him back from the precipice. The jolt of the defibrillator brings him back to the harsh reality of the physical world. The paramedics work tirelessly, their faces a mix of determination and concern. They know that every second counts, but David returns with a story that defies medical explanation. As he regains consciousness, he is filled with a sense of peace and clarity that he has never known before. It's as if he has been given a second chance, a new lease on life. He recounts standing before a radiant being of pure light, a version of himself yet infinitely more evolved, peaceful, wise, and emanating an aura of unconditional love. This being, his higher self, communicates with him not through words but through feelings and images. David feels an overwhelming sense of love and acceptance, a stark contrast to the stress and anxiety that have dominated his life. "It was like meeting my soul," he whispers, his voice filled with awe. The experience is so profound that it changes his entire perspective on life. He realizes that there is more to existence than the material world, that true happiness and fulfillment come from within. Transformed by this encounter, David makes a life-altering decision. He decides to leave behind the corporate world, the endless meetings, the constant pressure to perform. He understands now that his true purpose lies elsewhere. He walks away from his high-paying job, the allure of wealth now meaningless in the face of his profound experience. The things that once seemed so important now feel trivial. He seeks a simpler, more meaningful life, one that aligns with the wisdom he has gained. Meditation becomes his sanctuary, a way to reconnect with the higher self he glimpsed in the abyss. Through meditation he finds peace and clarity, a sense of connection to something greater than himself. It becomes a daily practice, a way to maintain the sense of inner peace he experienced during his near-death encounter. Driven by a newfound purpose, David dedicates his life to guiding others, helping them find their own paths to inner peace and connection with the divine. He becomes a mentor, a teacher, sharing his story and the lessons he has learned. His journey inspires others to look within, to seek their own higher selves, and to find the true meaning of life. Chapter 4. The Woman Who Saw Everyone She Loved. Maria, a vibrant soul full of life and laughter, suffers a severe allergic reaction, her body betraying her in an instant. She had always been the life of the party, the one who could light up a room with her infectious energy and radiant smile. Her friends and family adored her, and she had a way of making everyone feel special and loved. But on that fateful day, everything changed in the blink of an eye. She collapses, her life force fading as darkness encroaches. The vibrant world around her dims, and the sounds of laughter and joy are replaced by frantic shouts and the rustling of feet rushing to her aid. Her friends, who had been laughing with her just moments before, now look on in horror, their faces etched with fear and helplessness. For 3 days, Maria lingers in a coma, her loved ones keeping vigil by her bedside, their hopes hanging by a thread. The hospital room becomes a sanctuary of whispered prayers and silent tears. Her family and friends take turns holding her hand, willing her to come back to them. They share stories of happier times, hoping that their voices will reach her in the depths of her unconsciousness. But in the depths of her unconsciousness, Maria embarks on an extraordinary journey. She finds herself in a place that feels both familiar and otherworldly, a landscape of breathtaking beauty and tranquility. The colors are more vibrant, the air is filled with a sense of peace and love that she has never experienced before. She finds herself surrounded by loved ones, both living and departed, their presence tangible, their love palpable. They greet her with open arms and warm smiles, their eyes filled with a deep understanding and compassion. It is a reunion of souls, a gathering of hearts that transcends the boundaries of life and death. Her family, her friends, those who had been a part of her life in ways big and small, all gathered in this ethereal place. They share stories, laughter, and tears, their connections to one another stronger than ever. It is a celebration of love and life, a reminder of the bonds that endure beyond the physical realm. Even those she had lost long ago, those whose memories had faded with time, are there, their presence a comforting balm to her soul. She feels their love and support, their unwavering belief in her strength and resilience. It is a moment of profound healing and connection, a reminder that she is never truly alone, all gathered in a place that felt like coming home. It is a place of peace and serenity, a sanctuary where she feels safe and loved. The landscape is filled with familiar sights and sounds, a reflection of the beauty and joy that has always been a part of her life. It wasn't my time, she later reveals, her voice filled with wonder. The experience has left her with a deep sense of purpose and clarity, a newfound appreciation for the preciousness of life. She understands now that every moment is a gift, every breath a blessing. They told me it wasn't my time. Her loved ones, both living and departed, had reassured her that she still had much to do, much to experience, and much to give. Their words echo in her heart, a constant reminder of the love and support that surrounds her. And then, as if awakening from a vivid dream, Maria opens her eyes, her spirit renewed, her heart overflowing with gratitude. She feels a sense of peace and joy that she has never known before, a deep connection to the world around her and the people she loves. The experience leaves an indelible mark on her soul, transforming her perspective on life and death. She sees the world with new eyes, appreciating the beauty and wonder in every moment. Her heart is filled with a deep sense of gratitude and love, a desire to live her life to the fullest. Now, Maria dedicates her days to bringing solace to others, working with hospice patients, helping them find peace and acceptance as they approach the end of their earthly journeys. She shares her story, offering hope and comfort to those who are facing their own struggles. Her journey has given her a new sense of purpose, a mission to spread love and compassion wherever she goes. Outro, the beginning. What do these stories tell us about life, about death, about the very nature of consciousness? Are these visions real, or are they merely dreams conjured by the brain in moments of extreme stress? Science may debate the answers, but for those who have stared into the abyss and returned, the truth is self-evident. Something exists beyond the veil, something profound and awe-inspiring. Often these near-death experiences are not about dying at all, but about truly living. Maybe you haven't had a near-death experience, but maybe this is your wake-up call to live more boldly, love more deeply, to not wait for the edge of death to start truly living, because sometimes coming close to the end shows us the beginning.